Yes, so today being the first day of the month of November, we have a fascinating update, a gigantic one, and something that will change the mindset of many Nigerians who believe so much in the issue of referendum. Yes, if you watched our video, the one released on the 30th day of the month of October, we gave you guys an express indication, an express update regarding the said topic. And in that said video, we showcased what the President of the Federation, the person of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is currently saying regarding the case of a referendum. And as we speak, we have an update. This update is something we be say, even you way they watch this video, never anticipated or saw coming. Because it be like say, things that happen behind the scenes. So with all of that being said, let's jump right into today's update and give you every single disclosure where you need to know right about now. So what did happen? As we speak, some individuals yet again has met with the president. They tell and say, bro, say, Mr. President, you need to give us a listening ears and you need to pay attention to the issue of a possible referendum. You need to put that into play and into the conversation of national debate. We as a nation need to discuss the possibility and the capability of effecting a referendum. And if you want your tenure and your administration to be a smooth one, I beg, give us this possibility. Because of, say, as you guys know, as of last week, there was a failed coup in Nigeria. If you don't know, make you know I'm now. There was a failed coup where we say about 16 military men, top military officers, tried to pull off a coup. Why? Because of, say, nobody in the nation is happy with the current state. Nobody is jubilating. Nobody's exultating in the current nature of Nigeria's administration. And that is why people try to remove you from office. So therefore, if you want your administration to be a smooth one, I beg, put the conversation of referendum into play. It's as simple as that. Wait till Tinubu talk. He talk say, okay, you guys want a referendum, Abi? They said yes. We all want a swift and clear referendum. You know hard. Tinubu can say, okay, are you guys aware that we don't have any provisions of a referendum in Nigeria's 1999 constitution as amended? They said, yes, we know. And that is why we came to you. You can make it happen and you can make provisions for it. Yes. For a fact, we don't go through Nigeria's constitution and there's no point or part that provides a conversation for a possible referendum. It's a fact. And something where we say, you yourself, when they watch this video, can actually fact check it. Okay, you can do your own research and you're going to say there's no possibility for a referendum under Nigeria's constitution. Okay, but there's a way out. There's a way out around it. So they can't tell Tinubu said there's no part of Nigeria's constitution that says anybody can ask for a referendum. The only possibility for a referendum is a creation of new states. In our constitution. If you want to have a conversation about referendum, it should be on national issues or a creation of new states in the country. It's as simple as that. In content and say, okay, you guys are discussing this whole thing with me. I know most of you, and I respect most of you. Before we even continue with the conversation, who and who self even meet Tinubu for this possible referendum? Let's go through their names, make you know the Nigerians where they willing to push the country to a better height. So the very first person where they in the list of people we meet Tinubu or we don't converse with Tinubu, now a man known as Emeka Anyaoku. This man happens to be a former Secretary General of the Commonwealth. He's well versatile when it comes to Nigeria's international laws and Nigeria's international relationship with other countries. The second person I name we don't hear before. If you watched our video released on the 30th day of the month of October, you could not hear this name. This man is known as Wole Olanipekun, S.A.N. Yes. He happens to be a senior legal figure and former president of the Nigerian Bar Association. This man is well versatile with the laws of Nigeria. If this man can tell you, Tinubu, let's have a referendum, it means he don't go through the laws of the land and international laws to say referendum, it's a possible topic. Referendum can be done, okay? Who else met with the president? We have a man known as Joseph Ono. This man happens to be a former campaign spokesman for the president in the Southeast zone. So Joseph Ono na him been assist Bola Tinubu when he been a campaign in 2022/2023. And he push his campaign in the Southeast zone. He don't meet Tinubu say, bro, so make we talk and make we speak. The fourth individual now, Gani Adams. This man now don't put mouth for the matter. Say, bros, Mr. President, give us this opportunity and give us this topic of a possible referendum. Okay? Now these people, like these individuals meet with Tinubu. And we have some groups that accompanied these individuals too. We have a group known as the Organization of Emerging African States, or OEAS. They don't meet with Tinubu. Tell and say, okay, see as you go be you. You said there's no part in Nigeria's constitution, Abi. Tinubu said yes. There's no part that stipulates a possible referendum. The only one we will get for our constitution is if we want to create a new state, we can have a referendum. But then, they come tell and say, bros, listen, oh, that is this man known as Joseph Anyoko. This man, I tell you, sorry, Emeka Anyoko, where I tell you, say, he don't work under the Commonwealth. You can't tell Tinubu, say, okay, you know, I've worked under international spaces and international laws and all of those good stuff. But you know, say, if you want this whole thing to happen, it can be done. Tinubu say, how can it be done? Tell and say, okay, man, I'll give you some instances. If you want to make this whole thing happen, it's very, very simple. Very, very simple as ABCD. We know, say, for our constitution, we don't get referendum, but you know, say, Nigeria, they respect some international laws, Abi. Tinubu said yes. So, if you want to have this whole referendum in play, you can go through the route of international law. That one and one route. You can go through that particular route, and this referendum will be brought into play. Tinubu can say, what do you mean? Now this man can't tell Tinubu say, there are some international laws that gives provisions for a possible referendum. And you know, say Nigeria, they respect international laws of the land, Abi. Tinubu say yes. Tinubu can't talk, say, well, me being the president of this federation, I will not allow any international body or international committee give us or direct us on what to do in this country. And maybe the president, and me know what we could do. And me know how it's supposed to be. And I mean know say, okay, if we want this whole referendum to come into play, this is what we have to do. And the measures we need to put in play to make sure say it happen. They say, oh, no wahala, I beg no vex. Mr. President, which measures do you have already? What do you have in stock? Tinubu said, well, first thing first, make I tell you now. Just in case you don't know, as we speak, okay, the National Assembly of Nigeria, known as the NASS, has a committee reviewing the constitution with a target of completion by December of 2025. Abi? Those men said, yes, we hear them for news. We don't see them from news articles, but we are yet to confirm it from the presidency. Tinubu say, okay, very, very good. And this is perfect opportunity to brief you guys on what they happen. As they speak like this, some parts of Nigeria's National Assembly, some individuals, they're top respected, highly trusted individuals, don't create a committee. This committee consists of people where they're very knowledgeable. It consists of lawyers, judges, and their target is to review the 1999 Constitution and present it before December of 2025. Okay? And also include transmission of the report to the 36th State of House of Assembly. So, if these guys are done with the review, they go send them across to the 36th State of Houses of Assembly in the Federation. Are you guys aware of what did happen? They said yes. Like we said, we've seen it in the news. We don't hear them for news and all, but we never really confirm and say the Nigerian Constitution is under review. Tinubu say perfect. So, the earlier target was to draft the whole thing by August of last year, and second by October of last year. But we had different issues. Okay? We get series of setback. So therefore, this constitution will be ready by 2026, early 2026, or the first half of that year. They're going to ask Tinubu, say, okay, this is massive, and this will be a game changer. They're going to tell us, say, bro, say, have you guys made provisions for a possible referendum? have you guys included the Nigerian referendum into your conversation? Because of say, it's good. It's a massive move to want to review the laws of the land. Okay. But go they good if every topics are not put into consideration, because we don't even know when next this constitution can be or will be amended. That is why it's best we have every single thing put into play right about now. Okay? Tinubu can say, okay, well, the process of amending our constitution is complex. It's a complex one, because after the House of Assembly approve them, 2/3 of the state houses of assembly must ratify the amendments for it to take effect. That is to say, if the House of Assembly come write and finish, come amend and finish, come drop them, then 2/3 states in the federation, that is to say, about 80% of the states of the federation go accept, go say, okay, we don't see what the House of Assembly do. These amendments now can take effect. 2/3 of the states in the federation. Okay? So, when we hear saying that 2/3 states in the federation must approve before that thing go take effect, we have to do our own research. 2/3 states in the federation are how many states? Well, first thing first, we have 36 states, including the Federal Capital Territory, or excluding the Federal Capital Territory, okay? So, 2/3 states in Nigeria is 24 states. So, 24 states go say, okay, wetin una don do now, they okay, and they very, very sharp. But now, you get one big politics will go happen during that play. We know say the Southeast states, the 5 Southeast states will definitely, if the Nigerian constitution no carry, the new one no carry a possible referendum, the 5 states probably will vote against it. That one now, something where they sure. The 5 states in the Southeast will vote against it. So, if 2/3 states now 24, if you can't remove, let's say, okay, 24 states now said, okay, we like wetin una do for House of Assembly. And that 24 state no include any state from the Southeast, though. If you count out the 5 states in the Southeast, it will make it 29. Meaning, say, even if the Southeast vote against them, they go need about 10 other states to vote against them before this whole thing can take effect. Hope you guys are paying attention. So if the National Assembly no include the referendum in their conversation, they can't carry and go give all the states in the federation to cast their votes. If 24 states out of 36 states say this thing wanna do, they okay, then that constitution will take effect. Only if less than 24 do one. Meaning say we go need it about how many states we go need now? Let me try to do a quick math as we speak. Okay. So we need more than 15 states to vote against them. So which other states do you think will join the Southeast? Because of say we get 5 already from the Southeast. We need 10 more states to join the Southeast in voting against if there's no referendum. Which other state do you think will join them? We need definitely 10 states. We know say states like Edo will definitely, if they don't get that referendum, they don't go vote. Yes, so Edo, now one state, we don't go vote. So we have 1, and say we need 10. Okay? So we have Edo State. That one I'm sure. Which other states go fit vote against them? Probably Delta State. Delta State possibly. Okay? Definitely, state like Rivers go vote against them. That's now we don't get 3 and we need 7 more. State like Bayelsa definitely will vote against it. Definitely. If there's no referendum. States like Benue. Benue has no choice as we speak to vote to not vote against it. So Benue will vote against the constitution if there's no referendum. And which other state do you think we have on the list? Well, and these 5 states we did show off: Edo, Delta, Rivers, Bayelsa, Benue states. Maybe some states in the northern part of the country can probably vote against it. So which state do you even think can vote against this whole thing? Maybe Taraba State. Maybe Taraba State and maybe Kwara. Because those people, they collect and bar schools in the hands of Fulani headsmen. So this is just a rough estimate. So even if the Southeast 5 states no votes, we go need 10 other states to support. And we don't give a rough estimate of states that will probably vote against this referendum. Now, wait they on the table. Now, wait they on the desk. Okay? So, Tinubu can't tell them how they be. Then they say, okay, we're not going to need all. If 2/3 states in the federation votes for them, then the whole thing will take into play. But if you don't reach 2/3, then it no go take effect. They said, no, wahala, we don't fully understand you. So basically, this new constitution still be a political play. Now it will be invariably. So what else do we have for you in this video briefing? Tinubu come tell and say, as it stands now, it's good you guys brought in the conversation of a referendum. It's a good thing. I can't tell you if referendum is being looked at or if the issue of referendum has been added to this new constitution, because of say, I know they're part of the committee and I don't have any fundamental rights to do so, which we no believe in. You understand what I'm saying? So Tinubu said, we don't even know if it has been added. I don't want to influence this committee which they don't set up to run this operation. So all you can do for me right about now is to make una wait till December. This is the month of November, the first day of November. Give us at least 60 days. Una go use on our own eyes, see as it be. And even if it come outside without referendum, states can vote against it and it will go into a process again. Hope you guys are following. This now waiting. The presidency, they tell these individuals, we don't come for a possible referendum. We don't discuss them in a formal manner. So how do we think all of these things would play out? Well, we all know how Nigerians operate, how the country operates when it comes to respecting contracts and respecting agreements. To be honest with you, even if the issue of referendum appears in the new constitution, let's say, for instance, if the issue of referendum appears and States House of Assembly can't go through them, some states in the country can tell you, no, we don't go vote, make this thing come into play because of, say, referendum there in the picture. So if some states, some northern states no want referendum, which they fear say referendum fee take away their connection with oil. We all know that one. So if these people don't really want referendum to happen, they can vote against it. And if they get the number of votes that voted against the referendum, that means that the constitution will go under an amendment and a process yet again. So as you can see, the issue of referendum will be easy. It's not as easy as we all think. But if you ask me, what will be the way out? As stated by this man known as Emeka, we can go through international laws. Yes, international laws made provisions for countries to sit down and discuss if you guys can work in unity. International laws makes provisions for such, and that is why international laws will always protect countries or states where they try leave a particular contraption, and the existing states they fight against them. International laws will always come and protect you and fight on your behalf. That one a fact. We have series of examples and series of events that unfold in the country. So international laws will always back you. So if you ask me, if we now go through amending the constitution, you know, go there as easy as we all think, because of, say, State House of Assembly will need to vote. And we all know, say, most State House of Assembly are occupied by which political party? The All Progressive Congress. And these people, they work in the same mindset. So if the All Progressive Congress occupies most State of Assembly all over the Federation, it simply means that these people now can work in favor of the North. It's as simple as ABC. So going through the issue of adding it in the Constitution will not work. The issue will go if you work now using international laws. And the president is not ready and willing to go through that route. Okay? So how can individuals make this man begin look at international laws as a way of creating a possible referendum? Well, before we go into that fully, because of, say, we still get issues and news in regards of Nnamdi Kanu's case. Yes, as we speak, we get something huge and dramatic regarding his case. We go kick off on the 4th, 5th, and 6th of next month, which is on a Tuesday, Thursday, and a Friday. Before we showcase all of those things for you to see and enjoy, I would advise you is, if you don't watch this video reach this particular point in time and you enjoy, I beg, do well to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button and like the video. Do one of these two. See that you dey subscribe or you dey like the video. Do one for us and do one now. Now we will see you. I beg, do one. So back into the conversation. Ba. The question here is, how many international groups are Nigeria as a country a member to? Because of say, if you want to go through the international law to actualize this whole referendum, you need to go through the groups in Nigeria they a member to. Okay. So in general, Nigeria is a member of over 300 groups internationally. The top ones we all of us know now: United Nations. We also know of Commonwealth, the African Union, the ECOWAS, International Monetary Fund, that is the IMF. We also have the World Trade Organization, the WTO, and other groups where they very, very big. Nigeria is a member of the International Criminal Court and International Labour Organization. As you can see, we are part of very, very huge and humongous international groups. So the way and the possible way to actualize this referendum is to go through these groups. Make these individuals write to these groups officially. Your letter go be very, very clear and very swift in nature. How should that letter look like? Well, let's give you a quick summary and read out what we feel like say should be contained in that letter. We wanna go write, submit, give these international groups. Yes, so showing right now on your screen a sample letter we would draft out. This is something anybody can attach and send to different world governing bodies. This letter is swift, clear to the point, and very, very express in nature. And something we will leave a link if you want to use it and send it by yourself. It states, it contains your name, your address, your city, state, country, email address, and date. Okay? Who will this letter be addressed to? To the Secretary General of this particular organization, groups like the UN, the AU, the Commonwealth Secretariat, and so on and so forth. What will be the subject? Request for international support towards a peaceful referendum in Nigeria. Okay? So what will be the body of the letter? It states, "Dear," we go add their name, "I write to respectfully draw your attention to the growing international discourse in the Federal Republic of Nigeria concerning the need for a referendum as a democratic and peaceful means to address deep-rooted political, ethnic, and structural grievances across the Federation. For decades, Nigeria has faced significant challenges arising from ethnic mistrust, constitutional disputes, and agitation for the self-determination by various regions. These tensions, if left unaddressed, continue to threaten peace, national unity, and human security. A properly organized and internationally supervised referendum would provide Nigerians with an opportunity to express their collective will on crucial issues of governance, restructuring, or regional autonomy. We respectfully appeal to your esteemed organization to do it in 1. Encourage dialogue. 2. Support a framework. 3. Provide technical and diplomatic assistance." And the letter go on and on. This one is a sample of what we feel like say, if you carry go put before a desk of any international group, this setting will definitely be looked into. And we all know, say, as it stands now, with the years say, it dey on every news, say for Nigeria, that they buy Christians. This is a perfect time now to put this into play. A referendum. As simple as that. Hope you guys are paying attention. So these individuals can take this letter and submit it to these bodies. This is the perfect time. No other time better pass this one where we dey now. No other time sharp as the time where we dey now. And this is the right time to do what you have to do. You way they watch this video, how do you see this letter? It looks sharp for your eyes, Abi, it needs some corrections. If it looks sharp, let us know. This is just a quick draft of something we will just create sharply. And if we put more time, we can come up with something huge and fundamental that will put this case, the referendum case, in the world body as a top means of conversation. It's very, very simple. It's straight to the point, and this does not come with a lot of debate. Meet international bodies, write letters to them, all of them, when Nigeria will be a member too. May they look into them collectively, and they'll give you their response. This people now will come mount pressure on Nigeria, say, okay, you guys should look into this case of referendum. That is the only way out, we think. And if you want to go through the Nigerian constitution, states can vote against it as simple as ABC. And so we take Siam. Well, to wrap things off, we will give you a revelation and some news coming from the case of Nnamdi Kanu, something that everybody needs to see and pay attention to. As we speak, they don't query the the judge where they preside over the case of Nnamdi Kanu. Well, for clarity, make they give you updates, make you use your own eyes for saying. This is coming from Daily Post Nigeria. It states, Nnamdi Kanu's International Council Rights Justice Omotosho demands immediate dismissal of charges. So it will be the context of this whole conversation. Make I go through the publication and tell you what it is because of say it's good international bodies, international council, they put body and they put mouth. So what is happening? Well, Bruce Fein, International Counsel for Nnamdi Kanu, has written Justice James Omotosho, the judge presiding over the trial of the IPOB leader. Who be Bruce Fein? Well, Bruce Fein happens to be a man Nnamdi once represents Nnamdi Kanu in Nigerian courts, but the lawyers and the judges there talk say this man is not a Nigerian, so therefore he cannot proceed over the case of this man. And they tell him, say, bro, say, go back to your country, don't speak anymore, and you can't defend him in the court of law. So Bruce Fein now, through some international groups that don't write, tell Omotosho, say, bro, say, we want you to relinquish the charges where you don't put on this man, dismiss him immediately. Let's go back to the conversation and see what we can find. It states, in the letter dated October 28, 2025, titled Dismissal of Prosecution of Nnamdi Kanu for Lack of Jurisdiction, the lawyer asked the judge to dismiss the terrorism charges filed against the IPOB leader by the Nigerian government. Fein insisted that the Nigerian government is breaking its own laws as well as international statutes by continuing to detain and prosecute Kanu. International Council told Justice Omotosho that he will be legally implicated in the crime allegedly committed by the Nigerian government by prosecuting Kanu before his court. If he refuses to dismiss the charges, the letter read, no government should profit from its own criminality that has been binding law from time immemorial. Justice is the end of government. It is the end of civil society. Nothing is more unjust than a government profiting from its own crimes. Legendary United States Supreme Court Justice Louis D. Brandeis instructed in Olmstead versus United States 1928, in a government of laws, existence of the government will be imperiled if it fails to observe the law scrupulously. Our government is the omnipotent teacher, for good or for ill. And this whole write-up went on and on. But the conversation here be say international bodies, international spaces, don't they change am for Omotosho? Say, bros, drop all the charges you've leveled against this man. If you know do am as stated, if you know do it too, they say make you do. Don't be too surprised that countries of the world will deal with you. And you know, say if countries want to deal with you, they will deal with you properly. They will deal with you and your name and bloodline. They will deal with you in that manner. So Omotosho, for the benefit of yourself and your family members, if you want them to have a good relationship with others, do well to do what you need to do legally. But if you do or you go against international laws, your name and your children's name might be placed under watch list and ban. Okay, these are international implications if you don't want to listen to them. So now, what's your Omotosho on this talk? Well, this man, the talk say, well, I did work for the government of the federation. That is, I'm working for Nigeria, and you guys can't tell me what to do and what not to do in my own court. I have jurisdiction, I have the power, I have every single thing on my desk. I've gone through the books, and so therefore, what I'm saying will definitely stand. But the question is, Mr. Man, you Mr. Omotosho, do you think what you're doing is legal? Do you think your actions are legal? This man have spent years in your custody, but you keep adjoining cases over time. Something as small as, say, one document they missing from the prosecuting, you are adjoining it for 2 months, 3 months. Is that how you want to deal with this man's case? This man even opted to start his case all over again. You will be a judge. You're supposed to say, okay, make I facilitate and fasten up and hasten up his charges and cases. You guys have nothing on him, to be sincere. If you guys do have something on him, when I go down sentence him a long time ago, even before Tinubu came into power, when I go down sentence him. But you guys have nothing, basically. And why are you wasting this man's time, keeping him in custody for years and for years? It's unjust. It's bad. And if you don't pay attention to the international body, maybe no be you go feel the burn and the heat. It might be your offsprings. We go face all these things that will be leveled on them later on in their lives. So for the sake of humanity and for the sake of your kids and people where you hold dearly to, do what you need to do. If you want to prosecute him, do it ASAP and give a judgment. We all know, say, this man no do anything. He no do anything. You can't even compare himself to all these bandits. This man did nothing. He only spoke for his people. But the bandits, they walk. They show them, say, okay, we don't buy people, see and yet. And your own legal structure will still grant them pardon. It don't make sense in any way, shape, or form. So I advise you, Mr. Man, do what you have to do. And do it as fast as possible. Anyways, if you want to watch the first phase of the conversation of a referendum, we have a video on this channel that will show you every single thing that you need to know. And that video is showing right now on your screen. So click on this video to watch and understand. Click on this video and I'll see you on the other side of your screen. Stay safe and be blessed of every single time of the day.